is Kim with Mom's Creative Moments. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a layout using a pack of paper that was a gift with purchase recently. So if you received the Backyard BBQ paper, that's what we're going to use today, and we're going to make a barbecue layout. You don't have to have that paper to do it. You can use your own imagination and pull out appropriate colored paper and put this together. It's going to be really cute. Let's check out my workspace and get started. All right, so this is my workspace for Backyard BBQ. If this is not a paper pack that was for sale, this was a paper pack that you could get as a bonus, a gift with purchase, if you will. And I just thought it would be fun to play with this one and do a layout for you that's of my own design, just for fun, because I know that oftentimes during the summer we do a lot of barbecuing during the summer. We don't necessarily have a lot of backyard barbecue party kind of things, but I know that there are a lot of people who do. So I just thought this would be a fun one to do as a sample for you, to see some of the cool things that you can create with this particular paper pack or with another paper pack. You don't have to have this pack to make the design that I'm going to show you today, but it is the inspiration for what we're going to create. So I thought I would share it with you. Today we're going to use papers from this pack, but you don't have to use papers from this pack. You can use other papers. We're going to use the jumbo custom cutting circle. We're going to use the small circle from the custom cutting collection, and we're going to use I think we're using actually all three blades. And of course, I did not make a note of the blade. Yeah, we're using all three blades, the blue, the red, and the green. So I'm just going to grab my blue and red blade here, which I had neglected to pull out. We're going to use these two pieces of green plaid paper as our bases, and then we're going to build a barbecue on top, and I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. We're also going to use the campfire punch for the fire portion, of course, because what's a grill without some fire going on, right? And so if you have that, pull it out. It's going to be handy. If not, then you can probably create your own little flames. That won't be a problem. It's not too difficult, and they're pretty abstract, so you really don't need anything super precise to do that. The first thing we're going to do, though, I'm gonna take these three, the base pages and the yellow star page, and I'm going to set them to the side because we are going to concentrate on building our grill first. And actually, I'm going to set the red page aside as well. So we're just going to use this white sort of grid paper, and I have a sample here to show you what we're going to build, just to give you an idea. So we're going to make this ring, and inside the ring we're going to build the pieces of the grill grid that go this way. This grill is going to be separated down the center and on two separate pages. So it is going to be a little bit complicated to assemble, but shouldn't be too bad, I don't think, especially if you're used to working with your paper. And we're going to cut all the pieces out of this one piece of paper so that it can be divided on our base pages, okay? So this is going to take a minute. It's not going to be super fast, but let's go ahead and get started. You're going to use your jumbo cutting circle, or if you have the CM circle cutter, which I have here. Where is it? Here it is. If you have the Creative Memory circle cutter, you could probably go ahead and use this as well. And you know that it will cut as wide as 11 3/4 of an inch. And you really do need the widest circle that you can make to be your outside outside circle. So if you're using the CM circle cutter, you would go ahead and set it all the way as far as you can to the outer edge, and then make sure you have it centered really well so that you don't have an edge that is cut off. All right, so I'm just trying to make sure my jumbo cutting circle is centered, and then I'm going to start by cutting the circle that is the largest. And so I'm going to use my blue blade. I'm going to go around the outer edge of my circle, the outside channel. We're going to go all the way around. Notice how I don't have to move my hand because my blade rotates for me, which is such a huge blessing that our CM designers did for us. All right, so we're not going to use this outer edge, but if you think you might, then you might want to save it. It is a nice template for a large circle on a layout. So that might be kind of nice to do sometime. Don't move the template. I should have said that probably before now. Someone has moved their template, I'm sure. Don't move your template. Keep it right where it is. We're going to use the red blade now, and we're going to cut around the outside edge. That's going to make this ring right here. Okay, so we're going to, again, put our feet in the outside edge. And rotate that blade all the way around the outer edge. Shifting hands just for leverage to keep my template from shifting. Okay, so here is our outer edge of our barbecue, and we're going to use this center edge to create our different ribs for the barbecue, right, like this. All right, so for right now, we're going to just go ahead and set our ring off to the side. I'm gonna add it up here with my other pieces, my other papers I'm gonna be using. Now we're gonna concentrate on cutting these strips. You are gonna we need one more circle, and it's going to be red. Okay, because we don't want our barbecue flames coming up through what essentially is going to look like grass, hopefully, right? So we're going to take our jumbo circle one more time, and we're going to use our red blade because we want this circle to fit inside our frame. We're going to go around the outside with our red blade. All right. And now we're going to work some magic. I'm going to just use some white cardstock, and I'm going to cut several different pieces. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need, I think, 9 1/4-inch pieces. So I'm just going to cut 9 1/4-inch pieces. Now we're going to try this again. Okay, so we're going to come at this from a different angle, and if you're just joining me, I do apologize. This was working a certain way in my brain, and then when I tried to show you how I was going to do this, it really wasn't working properly, and I'm still not quite sure why. But we're going to start again with my red paper, and disregard the cutting of the white grid circle up into 1/4-inch strips. We're going to start again, and I may just go ahead and delete that out because it really wasn't working right, and I don't want you to follow a lead-in instruction that's going to lead you down the wrong path. So really, I'm trying to center my red paper on my mat so that it is nice and for sure centered up, okay? And these marks that you can see on my red paper are from, some of them are because there's still adhesive on my paper from where I lifted the grid marks that I had already glued down, because I just wasn't happy with the way it was lining up. It wasn't it wasn't working properly. I don't know how else to describe it, because I mean, I'm not that bad at math, right? So we're going to do this a different way, and I know that this way it will turn out much better, and it'll be so much easier on all of us. So right now I'm just rubbing off the adhesive, the repositionable adhesive that is still stuck on my paper. Thank goodness for repositionable adhesive, right? It has saved my bacon on more than one occasion, and on this particular instance, it is completely the best thing ever. Okay, so I still have a little bit of adhesive on the back of my circles to keep it where I need it to be, and I'm going to take my repositionable adhesive again, and I'm going to go ahead and go down excuse me, go down the very center, and I'm going to, and I do mean the very center of this, I want this to go down. Okay, so I'm just starting at the very edge and bringing it all the way down. You can see that my bold line in the middle is going straight down through the center of that white piece. Okay, now I'm going to take each of these other white pieces with plenty of adhesive on them, and I'm going to place them 1 inch out, and I'm going to just leave them coming off the edge even, because I don't want to worry about them being crooked. So I'm just going to go right off the edge, and I'm not going to worry about the dots where the adhesive lifted some of the color off of my printed page, because this is going to have photos, and it's not going to, I really doubt we're going to notice. If we have any glaring spots that are missing color, I can cover them with an embellishment. So I'm not going to stress about it. So we've got our adhesive. We're gonna go out another inch from there. So right now we're at 16, I'm at 16 3/8, so I'm going to come out here to 17 3/8 and go start line there. We're gonna go in just a tiny bit up at the top. That's gonna be, if you're worried about being exactly accurate, grab your zero centering ruler, line it up, and you can see where the 1 inch marks are going to be. So you have a 1 inch mark right here, just line that up on the outside edge of your next grill line and you're good to go. Same thing with this next one. So we'll put the 1 inch mark, 1 inch line right on the outside edge of the white, and then I know my next grill mark is going to go right there. Okay, we got one more to do on this side, and then we'll switch and jump to the other side. So this one is gonna go right here. Perfect. Oh, I'm liking this so much better than the way I was doing this before. All right. This one is going to go, we're going to use our zero centering ruler, right? That's why we have these fun tools. So we can see exactly where that 1 inch mark is. All right. There, now what we're gonna do is grab our jumbo circle again. We're going to put that right here on, centered on our circle. So when you have your jumbo circle centered back on here, now we're going to take our red blade again and we're going to go through here and we're going to trim. You can go through and trim off all of the pieces. However, if you find that your red blade, like mine, is not quite sharp as you might like it, then the easiest thing to do is to just go ahead and grab some precision scissors and just trim them. Trim off those pieces. Make sure that you are careful and you don't cut into that circle, because remember, our red circle is going to fit right inside the outer circle that we've already cut. So I'm just going to use my precision cutting scissors because I don't want to hassle with my old red blade that sometimes likes to tear things.
I need your help. I don't know if they taste good, and I don't want to eat them because they're mainly egg. And I feel queasy thinking about it.
Oh, my daughter, who's sensitive to egg, just made a fantastic egg thing.
Quiche with lots of vegetables and no dough.
Okay.
About
Well,
a plate.
I'm going to have to do that in just a minute
Okay, I can wait.
because I really need to finish what I'm doing here first.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, thanks.
I'm gonna go chill over here.
Okay.
And that's not all there is. There's enough that I can make more for dinner,
Oh, awesome.
along with something else. That's why if you were hearing loud chopping noises upstairs, that's because I was having a hard time with the zucchini.
Loud chopping noises.
Uh-huh. I hope that wasn't too bad.
I don't think I noticed any loud chopping noises. So you're okay. All right, so just cleaning up my area here just a little bit. Because I still have all of my little residual pieces from what I did that didn't work the way I wanted. So I'm gonna get those, get the little pieces of balled up adhesive. Okay. All right. Now we still need to take care of these two pieces of our designer paper, and these go down the center on each side. But before we put those on, what we're going to do is cut this down the center. And I think actually before we even do that, I'm just going to go ahead and adhere this to our base papers. I think that will be the easiest thing for us to do. And I'm still, gosh, I had so much of that adhesive I rubbed off that I can still feel it. Okay, bear with me a second while I unbury our base pages. There they are. Okay, now, first thing we're going to do is line these up. And we're going to put some adhesive on the back of this guy. And I'm going to put some in the center as well, which I don't normally do, but because of the nature of this particular piece, and the fact that we're going to be cutting it in half, I want it to stay where I have put it and not have to lift it up and put more adhesive down. So I'm going to keep these lines horizontal, make them as straight as I possibly can. Maybe they just are not, they're just not going to be straight because that's just not how I roll, right? Maybe we should have made them not straight to begin with. It's probably a better idea. But, because then it's not as obvious that things are not quite exactly straight. Okay, so now I'm going to take this in here and just go ahead and cut it apart. So just line up the break between the two pages in your trimmer and cut right down the middle. Don't worry if you have just a little teeny bit of string from one of the pages like I do coming off. Just take that off. Okay. Now, what we should have done before we did that is cut this piece. I'm a hot mess today, hot mess. Okay, so we need some adhesive on the back of this guy so that we don't have him come off. So I'm just going to put some adhesive around the edge of this. Now we're going to lay this down on top and around the edge of our circle. So put your edges back together. Make sure your circle is meeting everywhere that it should. This should fit exactly around the outside edge because we cut it exactly the same way. Remember, we used the red blade on the outside edge to create this center circle. And I do have a little bit of a buckle, so just bear with me a second. I'm gonna lift that up, try to resolve the buckle. If you have a buckle, just kind of try to ease it as much as you can. Mine's not easing as well as I'd hoped. It's a little bit better now. There, that's a little bit better. All right. Now we do still need to cut these two bits where it overlaps the seam of the page. And it looks like I didn't catch that edge with adhesive, so I have to come back in here and add that in. There we go. Maybe trim this just a little bit better. Okay, so now these two pieces I told you to set aside. The first, at the very beginning, we're going to add some adhesive to those pieces. And they go right down the center seam of your paper to be that kind of connecting bar. So you want this right along the edge of the paper, right on top of all your other grill bars that you put down. Just like that. Okay, we're going to do the other one. And I'm starting right from where the red circles begins, because remember that's where we cut this piece from. If you don't have this piece, because and honestly I'm so sorry, but I don't really remember if I had you. I think I did. We cut this first, right? Before all the craziness with the cutting of the 1/4 inch paper got so messy. If you don't have it, just go ahead and cut 2 more 1/4 inch pieces and put right down the center of your grill. Okay, it'll work just fine. It will be lovely. All right, so now what we're going to do is cut some mats for some photos. And I was playing around with some circles and realized that we can fit 2 pictures that are 4-inch circle photos with a mat on either side of our grill. That's why I was saying that a lot of this is going to get covered with a photo. So I'm going to use from the same pack this cute yellow or gold star paper. It has the yellow plaid on the back, but I feel like with the green plaid, we've got enough of a plaid going on. So I'm going to set my base pages out of the way for just a second while we cut some mats real quick. Okay, so we're going to cut 4 circles using our green blade. This is the smallest green template. And we're going to, actually before we cut these 4 circles, I'm going to cut a piece here that's going to be 4 inches. So we're going to make 2 4x6 mats. Just really quick so that we have some alternate mats. Not everything has to be a circle on this layout. Okay. Then we're going to take this paper and we're going to use our green blade and go ahead and cut 4 circles. I'm going to do kind of offset them just a little bit like that. All right, so there's 3, and here's going to be 4. I wish there was a better way to be able to conserve paper when you're cutting a circle, but I don't know of one, so. And whoops, clearly I didn't apply enough pressure or something. There we go. All right. So now we have our photo mats all ready to go. And I'm going to just scoot that over so we can place this back out front. So what I had envisioned was putting these photos kind of like so, because they would be sort of like hamburgers on a grill, right? And then you could have 2 out here. You could turn these and make them vertical. You could make 1 vertical and 1 horizontal. However, whatever makes you happy there. The barbecue paper came with some stickers. And with the stickers came this cute grass. So I was thinking some cute grass would be sweet to add to our barbecue. Even though it's difficult to see it on the green paper, I think it kind of is subtle enough that it's okay. And I got mine on crooked. So My bad. We should have probably added this first. See, because I'm just having a day where I'm kind of not like my thoughts must just not be quite organized enough today or something. So I'm going to just stick that little bit back on there. We're going to do a little bit on the other side. And I have this offset so it's not going across exactly the base of the page, the base of the layout, but it's about maybe 1/16 of an inch from the bottom. And then just cutting that at an angle so that it's not completely stuck down. Okay, then oh, this is paper. I'll stick that up there. Now we've got some really cute stickers that we can use, but before we get to the stickers to embellish, I wanted to show you a cute way to use your campfire punch if you have not, or if you have that punch from a while back. If you don't have the punch, like I said in the intro, you can create your own fire. Fire is generally fairly abstract, so you know, no need to feel like you're under pressure to be a super amazing paper artist, but you can create your own fire. And I'm just temporarily putting these on here just so that I can move them if I want to. I grabbed out of my stash some glitter paper because I like glitter paper. I think it's fun, especially the kind that's made so that it doesn't get all over the place even when you cut it. That's my favorite. I don't like the heavy duty stuff where when you turn it upside down you get glitter everywhere. That's not what I'm talking about here, but this is just a glitter paper pack that I got from my favorite craft store, and I'm just gonna punch a few flames, and if I get some logs in there too, then is what it is. But my intention is to punch some flames that I can use to embellish the grill. Sometimes it's hard to tell when the punch stuff has exited the punch. Now you might be wondering why I have orange and gold here, and the reason is because sometimes it's fun, I have found, to make your fire more than one tone. And so that's what that's for. We're gonna create some extra tone to our fire. and just punch a few. Bits of gold fire. If we had some gold shimmer paper, you could use the orange and the gold shimmer paper. We don't have any shimmer paper that's gold though, unfortunately. There were in a pack a while ago, there were 2 sheets in a multi-pack, which were fun while they lasted, but they didn't last very long if you had a purpose for wanting to use them. 2 sheets doesn't get you very far, So, I've asked more than once. I don't think I'm the only one asking either, but apparently there's not enough of us. So if you like gold shimmer, you ought to put in a request for some gold shimmer. Maybe if more of us request it, they will be more inclined to let us have it. I don't know. As part of the main line, not just as 2 sheets in a pack. Okay, so all I'm doing is I'm taking and overlapping the orange and the gold shimmer paper to give my flames a little bit more panache, right? Is that a word? Panache? I think it's a word. Okay, so just not being super specific about how they're overlapped, but overlapping them just a little. Okay, now they're not all going to be overlapped. I have a few that are not. Now what I'm going to do is go ahead and put these on my layout, peeking out from behind the photos or along the edge of the grill or wherever you think you might see a little bit of flame. Why did that do that? Okay, so we're going to just sort of add these coming from underneath the pictures, right? Because our pictures are hot. Okay, so let's see. Top, top, bottom, bottom. And this one needs to go down here on the bottom. Just to kind of give some variety. Then we can add other little bits here and there. There's that little bug. I'll do like that. Okay. All right. So let's see. We can embellish this further by going ahead and adding some fun stickers. Can grab a couple of those pieces of paper that that I mistakenly cut earlier, and maybe make kind of a little fence post thing with the blue. That we can add our title to. What we need is a journal box. So let's see, let me get these down. I'm going to offset this on purpose so that I don't have to be crazy about making sure everything, all my edges match. I think I've had enough of that for today, huh? Maybe we need one more piece. Trim that off just a little. We'll add one more to the edge. Because an odd number is always better than an even. More pleasing, right, to the eyeball. Okay, and what do we want to say? Friends like you are rare. Kiss the cook. Family, friends, food, and fun. The grill master. My husband actually worked his way through college working at a barbecue steakhouse, open pit barbecue steakhouse. So we call him the grill master. What else do we want here? Like this. And let's eat. So it's yellow. Bring on the meat. Maybe not. Let's see. We can do ketchup and mustard though, couldn't we? Ketchup and mustard, flanking the grill master. That will help break it up if I put it here on the blue. And the let's eat can go over on this side with something to journal on. What are we going to use to journal on? Oh, you know what? This red grill paper has spatulas on the back. We could certainly cut a square of that and use that. Give me 1 second here while I grab my trimmer and make that happen. So 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. That's what that is. And let me grab my foam squares, and we are going to wrap this up. So fun. Okay. Let's eat, and we can journal underneath there. And the Grill Master. This is going to go over where our title would go. So if you have another title that you'd rather use, be my guest. Okay, so we're going to say Grill Master right there. And I'm going to add this little one that says sizzling. And honestly, I'm not sure I'm going to add anything else to that because we've got lots of embellishing with our flames, and I think that's going to work just like that. There's room for other smaller photos if you wanted to. You could move these out and add another photo in here. Totally would work. You'd need a different paper for the mat, but that's okay. You can add or use, if you have more, the other sheet of the yellow paper, you could use that and make some more mats, and obviously just move these things up and over and add another photo right here. I totally would do that if I had the paper. What do you think? Let me know what you think, and make sure you're subscribed to my channel so that you can watch me next time I decide to come up with some fun paper crafting thing, and hopefully it will look cool. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope that you enjoy all of your summer barbecues and your fall barbecues, because it does get cooler in the fall and it's sometimes more fun to barbecue in the fall. And take lots of great pictures that you can add to this fun layout. Until next time, I hope you have many more creative moments. Have a great day now.